Hello! Happy Wednesday, guys. I know Mama V's just wrapping hers up, but she showed her big surprise uh, just right at the end there. So that's good. David Glunt from Delaware is in the house. Greg, hello. Auntie Ann, hello. What's going on? What is going on? Uh-oh, Auntie Ann, were you sick? That's no bueno. I know the crud's been going around. I had a touch of it myself uh, before, but it's better now. Um, Big Country, what's happening? Hello, hello. I love it. I love it. I love it. Glenn and I can't talk. Glenn and Shannon's salty laugh. Hello. What's happening? What's happening? I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever because we didn't do a live for 2 weeks in a row because we had uh the first week my girlfriend's mom was in hospice. My friend Jen, her mom was in hospice at home, and her daughter was coming in, and so I went and picked her daughter up from the airport um, and spent some time with them. And then last Wednesday, I volunteered to help with something at church, and so I was I was not available. That's how that went. So, but now I'm back. Although I had my big church thing last night, so I feel like I'm still recovering from that. We had our big parade, our town parade, and our soup night. I was really sick for several days. I'm finally feeling better. Oh, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. It's no fun being sick at the beginning of the holidays or during the holidays. Neil S., hello. How's the leg? Yeah, so I'm telling you. I know I didn't see you. I didn't love you for 2 weeks. I know, Big Country. I'm telling you. I don't know if Mike knows that Tim missed a deer with a 308. I'm gonna have to tell him later. I did see that you commented that on our video on Tuesday. Mike went hunting on Tuesday and got his first deer of the season, and that video came out, he didn't go hunting on Tuesday. The video about it came out on Tuesday. He went hunting on Sunday night. But that was the first deer of the season. Frankie and him went the day before that, I think, and they didn't get anything. And that was mainly for her to go hunting, and I forget if they didn't see any or they never had a good shot. They were too far away. I don't know, something like that. Something like that. Mike Birch, what's going on? Oh, thank you, Glenn. Yeah, I will. I didn't say anything at the time as to who it was, just because I didn't know if she would want people to know. But now that it's happened and her mom has passed, and so it's been a couple weeks now. So, but anyway, I will let her know. I will let her know. Dan Wiles, hello, hello. Nadine, hello. Joe Jacobson, prayers and blessings from Eastern Iowa. Pettit Jean River Homestead, hello. Larry Parrish, what's going on? I know, right? My bruise is not in a place that I can show you because she really did. I mean, it's right here. Like, it's right here. It's like she was going for the moneymaker. But I did figure out why she kicked me. I think I solved the mystery, and I'll tell you guys what happened. So, um, I'll start with that, and then I'll get to other stuff. So anyway, so the other day, for those of you that don't know, I have my normal morning routine with Beulah May, our horse, and she is a crotchety 15-year-old mare who is a very strong, independent thinker, and she's a challenge. She's a good girl, but she's a challenge sometimes. Bless her. And I do love her. Little stink butt, but I love her. Anyway, she every morning she gets 2 treats, and she gets her little bits of oats, like a little about that much of oats in her little thing, in her scooper, mixed with her mare magic to help keep her. That has done wonders. I'm telling you. If you got a buggety mare, try mare magic. It's done wonders. Anyway, and she gets that every morning. And then while she's eating that, I give her a good look over, I clean her eye boogers out, and I brush her. And then I go and mess with her water trough and make sure it's clean and add to it and whatever, right? So anyway, so I'd done her eye boogers already, and I was moving on to brushing her. And I have this brush that I got from our Okie Homestead, Marie, that had sent us when we first got Beulah. And it's the one I use like more often than not. It's a little bit of a firmer bristle. I have other brushes that I had bought for her, but I like the way that one fits my hand better. Anyway, I was brushing her on her side, and her winter coat's in, so she's getting like dust and stuff, so you can clean her out. And I do it every day, so whatever. Anyway, she doesn't like it on her left side. So if this is her side in front of me, if you reach and turn your back to her, like and reach over her top on her left side, she doesn't like that. And she'll usually just give you like a dirty look and like put her ears back a little bit and be like, I don't like that. What are you doing? Right. She's never kicked me or bit me when I've done that. Like, and she's over her biting thing. That was like that was right when we first got her, and she was like a 2-year-old testing her boundaries. But anyway, and also Mirror Magic helped. So I was doing that, and she gave me the look, but with like more intensity and more of a like a diva head toss when she did it. And I opened myself up to her, and I was like, whoa, easy. And she locked eyes with me, looked at me, and then kicked me sideways, like super fast, like ninja kung fu. But she thought about it for a second. Like she was like, because I was like this, and she was fine, and I was starting to come back with the brush, and she like boom. And I was like, okay. So I like recovered, and then I was like, have to keep our routine. So I went right back to what we were doing, and we talked through it, and she was fine the rest of the time. And I thought that was so weird. She's never done that before. She's never bucked at me. She's never kicked at me. Nothing ever spooks her. Like I was like, that was just bizarre behavior. Like, and she had no injuries. There was nothing weird. Like I couldn't figure it out. So the next day, I go out to do this all again. And I go to pick up the brush, and I dropped it right away, and I look at my thumb and it's bleeding. And I'm like, "What the heck?" And I'm looking at the brush, and I'm like, "I don't know what that was. Did I like what was that? Something stabbed me." So I'm getting feed and I'm doing my thing, and I go to pick it up again, but this time with the other hand, and it happens again. And I'm like, "What was that?" So I look at the brush really carefully, and on the one edge, there's some of the bristles have like broken off, and they're really sharp, like the ones that are broken, like to the point that they're like little needles. And I was like, no wonder she kicked me. I probably hit her with like 3 needles, like brushing her out. And she was probably like, why are you stabbing me? Like, and then when I started to go back with the brush, she probably was like, why are you stabbing me? You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that that's why she kicked me, that the brush was essentially broken on the edge, and I didn't realize it until I picked it up just so and stabbed myself with it. So I think that's what happened. So needless to say, I threw that brush away and went with my hand brush the last couple days. And happy to report she's been mostly fine. The weather changed, so they get a little moody, and that was maybe part of it too. Because usually I can kind of poke and prod at her and she doesn't fuss about it, but I stabbed her. And I know that her previous owner had told me after we had gotten her, he mentioned using spurs with her because she's stubborn. And I'm like, so of course she doesn't like something sharp, stabby. And I was right at her ribs when I was brushing her. I was like, of course that just set her off. Like, she didn't like that. So anyway, so I think I'm pretty sure that's why she kicked me. So I came in to tell Mike because he was really mad that she kicked me. He doesn't like it when I hurt myself, and if I get injured in conjunction with an animal, he's ready to just like kill all the animals. He gets really, and he's like, stupid horse, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's fine. I'm like, this is part of having a horse. Like things are gonna happen. They're gonna step on your toe. They're gonna kick you sometimes. They might bite you. Like they're big animals. Like it's stuff's gonna happen, and that's just part of horse ownership, right? And I'm not like a skittish breakable person. Like, I mean, I'm fairly broken, but like, but I'm not like that. I'm not this like helpless, fragile, like, oh no, I'm like, whatever, got to keep brushing you. Like you just kicked the crap out of me, but it's life. So anyway, but now that explains at least why she looked at me the way she did. Like she looked at me like, how dare you stab me? Why did you do that? So I feel better at least knowing that. So she did. And it really basically was a lot like, I mean, it was a warning kick. If she had wanted to knock me on my ass, she 100% could have. If she had wanted to break my leg, she 100% could have. She really just tapped me and it didn't even hurt that badly. It startled me more than anything just because it was kind of not, wasn't expecting her to kick me. Um, and I bruise easily, and that's a tender area, your inner thigh. So honestly, I mean, it never really swelled up. I did put ice on it right after just in case, but it never swelled up. And I honestly, it doesn't bother me at all, except like when I was shaving my leg and I forgot and I like shaved too hard and I was like, oh, that's right, I have a giant ass bruise there. So that's basically what happened. But it explains a lot. Yeah, poor thing. She was like, "What are you doing, mom?" Exactly, Shyla. Or she was like, "What? Why are you stabbing me randomly?" So no acupunctures for her. I feel like that would be off the table for that horse. Yeah, basically a typical 15-year-old female. Yeah, just yeah, I was glad I caught it because I mean, how many more times would I have brushed her with it if I hadn't stabbed my? Because I never would have thought like, oh, the brush is stabbing her. Like, not on my bingo card. Not on my bingo card. Like, it's an old brush, I guess I should have figured, and it's like those nylon bristles that are kind of pokey, but it's just a more coarse brush because she has really thick fur. Like, even in the summer, her fur is, like, thick, her hair, not really fur, her hair, whatever. But anyway, so that's what happened. She gave me a little love tap, you know? Exactly, she thought I was being mean, and she knows better. She knows I never like, I don't even raise my voice. Like, I'm firm with her, but I don't yell at her, you know? Um, and I don't ever strike her, because there's some animals that, like a couple people said, "Well, you should have punched her right away." And I'm like, "No, that doesn't work with her." Like, like even like with my outside dogs, when I was breaking them of when they're puppies and wanting to jump on me and be too rough for their size, I laid on top of them and held them down until they gave up. And I only had to do that a couple of times with Kusi. I'm gonna have to do it again with Tashka. She's been really good for a long time about not jumping. And this last week, and I don't know if it's because it's the weather shift, it's got everybody riled up, but she started to try to jump on me again. And I have to tell her, no, jump and sit right away. And she will. And sometimes she'll catch herself and like pull herself back down and sit when she's starting to jump because she knows she's not supposed to, but she just gets so excited. And so I think I'm going to have to lay on her again tomorrow because today she got me on my side and I was like, homegirl. So I think tomorrow we're going to be laying in the pasture, struggle bussing it out. But like there's some animals and Anatolian shepherds are very sensitive. So like I don't yell at her. I'm just firm and I tell her no, but I don't like scream at her and whatever because it doesn't they just sulk and then do what they want anyway if you don't handle them right. And but the holding them down really establishing that dominance. I can't exactly hold Beulah down. Um, she's a little bigger than me. Um, but she's the type like she bit Mike once and he did pop her in the nose after she bit him and she still won't talk to him. And that was like a year ago. So I know that that doesn't work with her. Like she needs positive reinforcement. She has trust issues, I feel like. She has trust issues. So a bit worse than Frankie. Yeah, way worse than Frankie. Frankie's way better behaved than Beulah most of the time. Kevin Thrash, hello from Alabama. Love your videos. Why, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Small town, big country. That's right, Ace. There you go. Um, decent sized town in Texas. There you go. That's where big country is. Like dad smacking you in the back of the head to say straighten up. Yeah, basically. Basically. Bailey Tyson says, I'm late, but I'm here now. Had to get help. Oh, had to help a widow woman fix her water pump. Well, that was nice of you. That was nice of you. Those kinds of brushes are good at breaking off like that. Yeah, I guess so. I've never had an issue like that with an animal brush, but She's also the first horse I've ever had, so I've never had to deal with like, I brush my goats out, but I have one of those curry combs, and I just use that usually on them. So Sid, did you know that DD5 is going to be following you on Wednesday evenings? I actually just heard that in Mama V's live a few minutes ago. So that's awesome. They're for those of you that don't know, Dreaming Drifters. No, I'm saying it wrong. Drifting Dreamers. There we go. Um, will be on. I always want to say their name wrong because they switched it at one point very early on when I first met them. And so Tim and I both always have to like think about it because we always want to say the wrong one and then we second guess ourselves. But anyway, DD5 will be on at 7 o'clock on Wednesdays doing their live for the foreseeable future. So that's exciting. Making family night a little more complete again. I love it. Nice, nice, nice. Who was the lead guitar for Kiss back in the day? Somebody we know, Big Country? I missed something important. It sounds like I don't know. Um, you know him. You know all the people. I don't know, man. Positive versus negative reinforcement after a response. Heck, I trained a rat to press a lever to get water and then not to press a lever to get water at Southern Miss. Fine education there. I know, right? Seriously. But it's I mean, some animals respond some animals need a pop when they're little, but I think it's different when you're their first owner versus when you get an animal that's older that you don't know their history. I think that with them, you almost always have to default to uh, really just being firm and finding other ways other than like, jerking them or like, on the leash or whatever. Like Lundy sometimes when she was younger, I would have to pop her on the butt or pop her on the snout to get her attention because we were her first owners. Skylar, we were not her first owners. We were like her third owners, even though we got her when she was a year old. And to this day, even though I have never put a hand on that dog other than to pet her or groom her, if you raise your voice, like she can't handle it. She like melts in a puddle, her ears go back, and she just looks like she's ready for her beating. And I'm like, we have had you for like 9 years. Well, we've had her for 8 years. She's 9. I'm like, and I have never laid a hand on you. This has been your home the majority of your life. And she still will act like I'm gonna beat her. Like she'll come up, like even when she's not in trouble or didn't. I mean, she's never in trouble. She didn't do anything, but like she'll just come in like, "Don't beat me," with her ears back and her eyes big, and I'm like, I don't understand why you're like this. But like, can you imagine the couple? Like if she did, like when she's been sick, because she has a sensitive tummy. Every once in a while, she'll have an accident in the house or something because she got into something or ate something. I can't yell at her. She knows she did wrong. She's sitting in the corner, like, quivering. I'm like, "I can't yell at her. She knows she messed up. She's sick. I can't yell at her for that." You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. So, it is what it is. Yeah, SLR gave them their spot. Yeah, SLR decided to stop doing lives for a while, and they've not been doing them for a few months now, so it's just that spot's just been sitting there waiting. So, there's an hour break in between. That's right. MT Homestead goes on at 8. That's right. And I had just saw that they were doing, and I forget now where it is. I bet Auntie Ann knows the meetup in like I think it's like May 16th, and it's in Oklahoma. MT Homestead is mostly running it, from what I understand, and or hosting it, I guess I should say. And it's at some lake that starts with an E. Am I right? With at least part of that. Ah. Brooke says, since when did 7-year-olds get the teenager attitude? I don't need a warm jacket. I have a hoodie, 25 degrees in the morning. Yeah. I don't understand that. I've seen some younger kids like that. And the only thing that I can compare it to, and I know it's been progressing that way, the only, I guess, reason not comparable thing is that there's a certain amount of like TV and social media stuff that I think I don't want to say it ages them, but it like gives them that like nerve that they will say or do things that they don't I don't know. It's like a different generation gap thing, I guess. So I don't know. I used to pop the gray thoroughbred in the nose when he tried to push me in the pond. Yeah. And there's some animals that that's the only thing they're gonna respond to. Like there's some animals you can yell at them or you can reprimand them or you can tell them no, and they're not gonna listen to you. I mean, once they're trained, they should for the most part. But there's times where you gotta pop them, you know. Not that I'm advocating like, you know, like, I'm not when I say, I'm talking like a quick little like you would spank a a baby, but, appropriate for their level of height or whatever, you know? You know what I mean. I'm telling you. Oh, there is it. There she goes. She just posted the meetup Facebook page. Lake Eufaula, Eufaula. That's why I couldn't remember it. It's like a made up word. Eufaula. How do you pronounce that? Eufaula. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna go. I haven't talked to Mike about it because I only just saw it the other day, and I did tentatively book a room near there, but I don't know. We were gonna try to go away for a couple of days for our wedding anniversary because it's our 20-year wedding anniversary, the beginning of May. But that would literally mean we would be gone and then turning around and leaving again, and I don't know if we want to do that. So I don't know. Emmy layers her sweatshirts, t-shirt, sweatshirt, and pullover hoodie. Well, that's something at least. Frankie wore a full-on blanket to school today. She had on, it was pajama day at school, and she has one of those like a snuggie kind of situation, blanket hoodie thing. Anyway, she had her backpack on. She had that wrapped over her when she left to go to the bus stop this morning. She looked like a little homeless Jedi. And but she was comfortable. And then she wore it home because it was cold when she got home too. So I'm telling you, y'all are all into the music tonight. I love it. Lake Falafel. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't know, man. That should be the food theme. Eufaula. Oh, it's pronounced Eufaula. I won't remember that, and I will probably mispronounce it 12 times between now and then, but I don't know. Cuddly Texan says, evening, everyone. Cuddly Texan and Auntie Ann, are you guys going to the meetup while I got you here? The one in May on May 16th-ish. So I'm telling you. Not yet, Larry. They're trying to get in working on the truck this in the next few days. They actually pumped the tires up and moved the truck this evening because it was sitting like right in front of the shop and they needed to be able to get into the shop with the tractor. And so they had to move the truck. But every day that they were going to work on the truck, something happened. Um, and we were working on the fencing on like back to back Saturdays. And then they went hunting because there's only this much time to go hunting that Frankie was available for. So they did go hunting instead. But I think they're planning on working on some of that this weekend or end of week, depending on how well it's almost. I mean, here we are in the middle of the week. I think they're trying to squeeze it in. They try to squeeze in a lot on Saturdays. We always try to because Saturdays is our main day to get work done and get filming done. And we have a lot we have to get done before the spring. There's a lot. The fencing has to be finished. Brooder needs to be finished. We need to make a couple more chicken tractors. The other side of the coop needs to be finished. He's got some garden fencing that needs finished. There's a lot of things that we're working on, and some of them are things like the fencing for the sheep kind of took priority because we also had to do it when the weather was good and when our friend was available with the machinery to run the water lines before we finished the fencing because you don't want to do that after the fencing's done because then you're having to go underneath and pull up and do and whatever. So all that kind of stuff. So Dana Mason, hello. What's going on? Debbie Short, hello. What's going on? What's going on? Which end you looking at for spots? Yes, I will be there. I hope y'all will be there as well. I think we will. I don't know if all three of us will be there. I haven't talked to Mike about it at all yet. Like literally haven't. But I know his honey-do list. Well, some of those are self-inflicted, to be fair. Some of them are self-inflicted, the things that he wants to do or things that, you know, whatever. But I don't know. That's so random. Pettit Jean River Homestead. You were gonna middle school, you wanted to go with your friend to Eufaula, Alabama, and open an electronics shop. I wonder what Eufaula is. Is that like an Indian tribe or something? Like, or like there's, I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, that's very sweet. Joe Jacobson says he prays daily for requests that he sees in chats for unspoken needs and for the needs not yet known. That's beautiful. I was watching more videos on Jeeps. They have a lot of stillborns. Yeah. The breeding on those is like a mess. I had looked into that years ago because I was going to be keeping goats and sheep together. And I was like, is that a thing? And so I Googled it and I was like, oh, it is a thing, but it's like not a good thing. It's not like there's lots of deformities, lots of deaths, lots of, I mean, occasionally you get one, but a lot of times they don't live very long. Like their life expectancy isn't as long. It's not something I would ever want to breed for those, I mean, goats and sheep together making, yeah. It's not like getting a donkey and having a mule. And you know what I mean? It's not not the same. Not the same. Oh, the half done shop. He's actually been chipping away at that. He did finish more of the drywall and the rafters, but yes, that is also on the list. I'm telling you. David Owen, how's my day? My day is not too bad. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to get done today, but I did make progress on some stuff, computer, YouTube, business stuff that I had to deal with, which always takes up more time than I want it to. But that's okay. But it worked. So of course it's Indian. It's in Oklahoma. Yeah, I know. That's what I figured. Well, he said Alabama on the other one, so that's why I was like, Tara and Jason, White Rock Homestead. Hello. How are all you beautiful friends? Sorry we're late. No worries. Better late than never. That's what we say. That's what we say. I'm telling you. Oh, my tummy just growled audibly. Whew. I didn't get a chance to eat before, and yesterday was chaotic. Which the sipping and spilling that's coming out tomorrow gets into the details about it. But I was at church all day, and then serving soup for like 2 hours, and then it was all the cleanup and all that. It was a busy, busy, busy day, and then all the cooking and all that. You know, it was a lot. But I'm glad I mean, I love doing it, but I was tired today, and then I had kind of tweaked my back last night, and so then I was paying for that a little bit this morning. But I'm telling you, knock on wood, that nerve blocker that I got has helped tremendously and has not worn off yet. Again, knock on wood. So I'm telling you. Ooh. And I also realized I've only had like half of one of these today, so I refilled it, and I'm like probably dehydrated on top of everything else because I just got busy and I was answering emails and I was doing research on something for YouTube, and then I had to call the eye doctor because they changed my prescription, and I had to get they gave me the tester pairs to see if like they worked in the world, and I've been wearing them for the last few days, and they do. So I'm like, okay, I need to. Basically, when I went to the eye doctor, I was like, I'm pretty sure my prescription's changed, and he's like, you're at that age where it basically just sucks at any distance. Like you're either going to be really good far away and really crappy close up. He's like, you're just going to have to keep doing your readers. You're not ready for bifocals yet, and you're not ready for any of the other options. And I was like, cool. So just basically just keep doing what I've been doing. And he's like, yeah, but he's like, let's tweak your prescription just a little bit. So, but it was enough that I'm like, oh, that makes a big difference. But now all my glasses are my old prescription. But I generally am just wearing my glasses I call it in my close world when I'm like just at home or like just at church or something where I'm in like a, you know, more confined setting where I don't have to like I'm not deer hunting or I'm not like looking far away. I'm not like at the movies or something, you know. Anyway, that's that. I don't know. Of course that's what you say. Look at Diva's track record. I must have missed something. You tweaked your brain at work. What did I miss, B Patton? I don't know. Are we talking about Beulah, the diva? Or are we talking about my husband, the diva? I don't know. If I was to have a Jeep, I'd like a Renegade. That would be a different kind of Jeep, Paul. Not a quadruped Jeep, but a quadra-tire Jeep, I guess. A goat and sheep mate and have a bebe. That's right. It's called a Jeep with a G. It's nuts. And they're cute looking. I mean, they look a little alien, some of them. Some of the ones I've seen, I'm like, ooh, it looks a little, they almost look a little like Uncanny Valley Animal Edition. Like there's something a little weird about them, but they are kind of cute, but in a weird way. Like almost like when you see like toddlers and tiaras and those little girls are cute, but also kind of creepy. That's a Jeep in goat sheep form, I guess. My eye doctor told me the same thing. It sucks. I have to take readers everywhere now. Oh yeah, I have a pair in the car. I have a pair in my chair. I have a pair upstairs by my computer. I have a pair in my purse. Yeah, I have them everywhere. These are my glasses right now. I took my contacts out when I got home because I can drive. I mean, I can drive with my contacts in, but sometimes I feel like I can see, and I don't know if this is in my head because I have nothing to scientific to base this on. But I feel like when I have to drive at night, that I can see better with my glasses on. I don't know. I don't know. I think it has to do because I have astigmatism. I think it has to do with that. Like it makes the glare not as bad, which is weird. You think it'd be worse, but I don't know. So you are my spirit sister. I would have pronounced it the same way. Love you, Tara. We must be talking about you falafel. I don't know. Are we talking about she said it's pronounced you fala, which sounds fake too. I don't know. None of the options really sound great to me. I'm just gonna call it the E, like it's the letter, the E. Yeah, I don't know. Are you guys gonna go to the one in May, the meetup in May on like I think it's May 16th at the name of the lake that we cannot say? A drunken goat, a drunken sheep meet in a bar, and yeah, basically. Hello, everyone. Finally made alive. Look at you. Look at you. I love it. Southern Blessed Homestead is in the house. Sid, you need toric lenses. I don't know what those are. Never heard of that. I know there's like the monovision lenses where like one eye focuses close and one eye focuses far. But I'm in that weird age where because it's still shifting, the eye doctor said it's really just better to like if I have to read something close up right now, it's better if I take my glasses off. Like if I was looking at my phone on the computer screen, it's still far enough away that it's a little meh, but I can read it. But pretty much when I'm home, if I'm working on the computer, I don't like to work on the computer with my contacts in. If I do, I have to have my readers on so I can like edit, which I don't do very often because I don't like editing with my contacts in. I feel like it's too much eye strain. So I'll have my glasses on, but then like if I have to look at like the frame number or something, or the clip number, I have to take my glasses off and look at it, and then because I get too close and then it's blurry again, and I'm like, okay, I can't see it, and it's too small. So I'm like, ah. Oh, well, so my astigmatism is weird. I have a slight astigmatism, and so the contacts that are for stigmatisms is not what I have because those won't work for my eye, according to all of the eye doctors I've ever gone to, which is several. Frankie has a full-blown astigmatism, and she has weird contacts that we have to special order, and they take like a month. So, and then she has her poor baby has her little Coke bottle glasses. So she hates that, but she's been wearing them more lately just because she's like, I don't feel like wearing my contacts. And I'm like, I don't care. Do what you want. I was told my stigmatism is how the light enters your eyes or not enough. That's what I have. It's because your eye is shaped differently, and I know it does affect like it affects how you see things and how I guess it refracts and lets the light and do all the things, and that's why people with astigmatisms, like when we look at lights, um, we see them more like starburst, like headlights on vehicles and things like that are more like blown out than how most people see them, if that makes sense. That's what I like. I don't know how most people see them, but this is what I've been told. But I just know what I see. And then I see pictures like memes of people saying, like, this is what I see at night. And it's like blurry, beamed out headlights. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it looks like to me too. So oh, I accidentally knocked your magnet off the fridge, Southern Bless Homestead, and I put it back. Reminded me of when you were putting on 3M's tractor. That's right. Well, it's funny. I found the magnet that was on the shop door the other day. It was on the floor, and I saw, and it was magnet side up. So it was just like this weird black cutout. And I was like, what's that? And I picked it up, and then I was like, oh, it's not on the door. It fell. So I put it back. Don't threaten me with a good time, Tara. You might have to tell your husband. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sweet beans or ground, says Cuddly Texan to Tara. Not much waiting for the pretty colors to go away on my bicep and get out of this sling. Oh no, James. I hope it's feeling better. My husband had LASIK and that cured his astigmatism. I always meant to get LASIK. I had like every intention of doing it when I was in my 20s. They told me I had to wait a little longer. And then in my late 20s, I was busy being pregnant and having a youngin'. And then I was going to do it in my 30s, never got around to it. And then I was going to do it like in my late 30s, and just other stuff kept happening and I just never got around to it. So now I'm like, I mean, I know I could still do it. I don't know, maybe someday. I know it's going to like lay me up for a little bit because my eyes are like sensitive to like light and stuff. Mike laughs at me because I'll be in the kitchen cooking with like one tiny little dim light on that we have that's like over the sink. And he's like, why do you cook in the dark? And I'm like, I don't like the bright lights. It just bothers me. So like I always have very like I keep the house like a cave and I go around turning lights off behind everybody because I don't like the bright lights. But I'm weird. So there's that. I'm telling you. You don't like driving at night either. A lot of people don't. I don't mind driving at night. Um, I mean, I don't really like driving during deer season at night on dark rural roads just because the chances of, you know, Rudolph running out in front of you are higher. But I'm really good at being darty eyed and like scanning for eyeballs and stuff. So I'm extra diligent about it. And I've had deer walk right in front of me several times now. And like right out to the edge of the road and like right in front of me. And I've been able to not hit them. Like I find flashing my lights at them works. I don't know why. That was my instinct. The first time it happened, it was a big, beautiful buck, like gorgeous buck, like textbook rack, like gorgeous, huge boy. And he walked right in front of my truck. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I can't stop. I can't swerve. Like, and I don't want to hit him because this is a big one. So I just started flashing my lights at him and it like woke him up and he like got out of the way. And I've done that like 2 other times now that I've had does try to walk in front of me and they stopped or not stopped, but like they got out of the way versus like freezing in the headlights. Something about like the rapid fire lights. I have nothing scientific, mind you, to back this theory up with other than I've used it a few times and it worked. And when all else fails and you don't want to like lock up your brakes and you don't want to hit the deer and you don't want to swerve and you don't want to cause an accident, if you got nothing else left, flash your high beams at them. Just keep flashing them. Don't just turn your high beams on. You gotta like something about that like wakes them up. I'm convinced. You need a ranch hand bumper on your truck and call it deer bowling. Oh no, Atala Farms. Celebrity Sports Inc. Well, you can send me an email and we can take a look at that. Celebrity Sports Inc. I don't know any details about that, so you'd have to shoot me an email at 3mississippifarms@gmail. I don't know why people on YouTube don't say hi. We do say hi. I've been doing nothing but saying hi all night and then having a little conversation, and then I go back to checking names. I'm saying hi right now, Patty. It's really hard. You have to keep in mind, like we can't just sit here and we don't get like a notification each time a new person enters the live either. So we just see you as you say things, and we don't necessarily get to read or respond to every single thing that each person says, because when there's 90 people in the room, that isn't always possible. We do our best, but it's not always possible. Pretend like you are hunting any deer on the road will run away. Or is that just my luck? That might be it. That might be it, Patrick. I don't know. Oh, gotcha. I got you. What's going on, Tommy and Tammy? What's happening? Well, shoot me an email about it, because I still don't know anything about it. So shoot me an email about it. And give me the deets, and we can see what we can do. See what's happening with that. Paul says, it's you then, because they stopped the glare. Must be talking about the glasses or something. Mac and Patty are in the house too. That's right, Tara. That's right. If you hit the deer at the right speed, you can make it flip over the truck into the bed and bring it home to Mike. Yeah, if I can work out the trajectory of that, like my old days of shooting pool, and get it to hop backwards, I will work on that. Awesome. I will be on the lookout for that. Yes, Tommy, I will be on the lookout for that. That's why I prefer to give you thumbs up. I appreciate it, Debbie. I appreciate it. I mean, we love to interact, but we try not to like maybe rush through one thing, and sometimes we're telling a story in between, and it's just, we do the best we can. Just holler out the window that Sid said to get out of the way. That's right, Big Country. That's right. That's what I do. That's what I do. Yes, you will be going to the meetup. Cool. Okay. I'm just taking a survey. I will probably end up going at least 1 or 2 out of the 3 of us. But I have to talk to Mike about it, because I didn't do that yet. My dog is so passed out over here next to me right now. It's really kind of, I'm going to show you, because it's really kind of adorable. Look at this. Look at that little monkey. She's so cute. With her little face all squished on the pillow. Little Lundy. She's like, why are you talking to me right now? I'm sleeping. Bruised venison. I know, right? Evelyn Newman, what's going on? Back to good. Howdy. How's it going? That's funny. He took longer to recover, but he's a man. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that's good. That's incentive for us to go then. If I tell him that Jason is going to be there, and if he injures himself, that Tara will be there as well, he'll be happy to go. So that's good. That's good incentive. Southern Bliss says, my brother hit a deer one night and brought it to me. So we were out processing a deer at midnight. He didn't know how to do it. LOL. We have a friend that had that problem. So now our joke is, like, anytime he texts or calls Mike late, we're like, oh, during deer season, we'll be like, oh, do you have to go clean a deer that he hit? Like, because I mean, there's no point in wasting all that good meat, right? I'm telling you. Auntie Anne wants to know if Cuddly saw her comment about MySpace. Not MySpace, the computer thing, but MySpace at the meetup. Details to come. You'll get reserved VIP status. Oh, look at you. Oh, are you guys helping throw it with MT then? It sounds like maybe, Tara? That's cool. Well, once I get Mike to either be on board or whatever, regardless, I will probably go. Even if, like, Mike can't go, which I think he should be able to. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to, but I also don't know for sure. all one of us, probably me, because I'm the I guess I'm more of the full-time YouTuber. Um, it will probably be me that goes. So there's that. We hit a deer on the way home from the track one night, ran it over with the truck and the trailer and the race car on it, flipped the thing 20 feet into a ditch. Oh my goodness. That's not good. That is not good, Neil. Gonna go look after the live. I love it. I love it. Steal a camper spot for his tent. Oh, you're gonna rough it this time, Patrick. Oh, you're not gonna try to get a hotel room nearby? There's some close hotels that are only like a mile or whatever away, or a mile and a half. I think ours is a mile and a half. I don't even remember what I booked, to be honest. I did it while I was waiting for the eye doctor the other day. I literally just went on and did it. It's a big park. Nice. Nice. David says, I thank you for doing lives. I found out that YouTubers don't make much from the lives. It's more for the followers. Yeah, it is, because they don't get a lot of watch backs. You get a few. But a watch, a live, unless you're doing an interview with somebody or some kind of an event like that kind of stands the test of time. Me reading comments and interacting with you guys is not something that people that weren't in the live would necessarily want to see, if that makes sense. So, May will be great weather, not too hot and not too cold. I know. Back to good. We're talking about the Mid-America meetup that's going to be in Eufaula Lake, Oklahoma, or at Eufaula Lake in Oklahoma. And I think it starts on May 16th. I don't know, I have that date in my head. I think it starts on May 16th. And it's 2 or 3 days. I think we're going to come up, if once I talk to Mike and whatever, I think we're going to come up for basically we'll drive up one day, we'll be there for the evening time, and then we'll be there the whole next day and then leave the next morning. So, yeah. Celebrity Sports says, count us in on the meetup. Hippie and Tommy will be there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, May 16th. So I was right. At least I remembered it correctly. Thanks, said I would love to go to that too. I have it posted on my website to remind me. Oh, good. Well, we'll see. Well, then maybe we'll get to see you there in person. Rachel, maybe we will. I love it. Oh, there. She just posted it again for the Facebook link so that you get it. What you liked to cook? Is that a question for me, Vincent Evans? I like to cook all kinds of stuff. But I do like to make a lot of soups, and I do like to make different pasta dishes. But yeah, those are kind of my go-tos. But I cook all kinds of stuff. I sent the email to you. Perfect. I will check that out later. 10 Killer is in April. Yeah, see, that gets so confusing, James. Because, I know they're doing a separate one. I don't know why it broke off the way it did. I don't know the whole story behind it. But I guess the Mid-America meetup was at 10 Killer the first year. And then the idea was that one was going to be a little bit more mobile, I think. And having different people host it at slightly different locations. But then some people really liked 10 Killer, so then they started doing a separate meetup there. That's just the 10 Killer meetup now, which is fine. Having more meetups is not a bad thing. But it's hard to, even though we live so much closer now than when we lived on the West Coast, it's still hard to get away in April and then in May, and then and then if we want to do a family trip, we got to squeeze that in too. So it's it's kind of hard. But so I don't know. We were going to try to maybe do something for our wedding anniversary in the beginning of May, because it's our 20th. But now I don't know. We might just go to Nashville for a day or so and live the Vida Loca for a minute. I don't know. We'll see. Lake Eufaula. I know, right? Something like that. Said mixed firecrackers. I did last year. I have made them the last, I guess, couple times. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I might be able to be persuaded again to make them. You never know. I do make good firecrackers, though. I can only do 2 events a year, a meetup and a freedom weekend. There you go. I know. I know. Well, and Tim's hosting Freedom Weekend this year, and we were still trying to figure out like logistics for that because we were like, I think what we might do because he's only like 2 hours away from us, we might like just go for one day and drive up and come back. I don't know yet though. We might. We'll have to see. I would like to be able to stay up there, like, and then have a little more time, but we'll see. We'll see. Those meetups are too far for me to go to from Florida. It sucks. I know. Well, Neil, it's like a lot of obviously a lot of the YouTube community in this genre is like in Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma. I think we've got a couple that are in like Georgia. I mean, I know there's more, but of the ones that like have come to meetups before and that like interact with each other the most are kind of more concentrated in those areas. So, um, I it wouldn't make sense. And that was just like when I lived in California. Like I didn't get to go to the meetups. Like I did finally go to one. In what year was that? Was that 2021? I think it was. I think it was 2021 because it was after COVID. Because I remember I hadn't flown in like 20 years. Um, and I had to wear a mask because they were still making you wear masks on airlines and stuff. And so it was like really uncomfortable. But I was happy when I got there because there was like no restrictions in Oklahoma at the time, and I had just left communist California where you couldn't go to the grocery store without a mask, and you couldn't sneeze, and you couldn't, like, God forbid you do anything, they come and haul you away. So Alex, of course, everyone's welcome. We may not agree with your politics or your views on things, but we don't assume that means you're a bad person or that you can't have a good time. Some of my best friends are more left-leaning individuals. Like Frankie's godparents are pretty far to the left, but I love them. I mean, they're very wonderful people, and there's a lot of people like that that maybe just don't line up on certain things, but that's okay, you know? No, you're sweaters. I mean, we might tease you mercilessly, but, that doesn't mean you're not welcome. There are others in Florida. Yeah, no, that's true, James. There's a lot. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't homesteading channels there. I'm just saying of the ones that tend to that have met each other in person, because that's part of the thing is like sometimes you meet people online and you may have interactions with them, um, but until you've been able to like be somewhere and like meet them, you don't necessarily have that same kind of relationship with them, if that makes sense. Because like even for me, like the first time that I got to go out to a meetup, and like that was where I met Chrissy for the first time from Paragon Ridge Ranch, and like a bunch of other people like MT and Tim, and who else did I meet that first trip? David. Um, I saw Mel and Gary, but I didn't actually get to really meet them that trip. We didn't really officially meet till later. I think it was the following year that I actually like met them in person. Um, I'm trying to think of who else I saw there. I don't remember, but anyway, but I had been interacting with them online, but it's so different when you actually get to like sit across from somebody and like crack a beer and like have a conversation versus like comments on each other's videos. Not that that's not valid and it doesn't like help you get to know them a little bit, but it's not the same as when you meet them in person. It's just different. It's over 900 miles for me, but my ugly face is still there if everything falls into place. I love it, and it's not an ugly face. Don't say that. Don't say that, Evelyn. That's right. We only tease those we love. Tim must be the most loved guy in the group. Uh-oh, I missed something about Tim. I must go back and find it. Oh, you will be at Tim's for a week because everyone is going to have to put up his house while he films. Nice, David. We don't care if you eat crayons or wear a helmet and lick windows. All are welcome. That's right, big country. That's right. Oh, was I just talking about you, Chrissy? I just brought you up. That's so funny. I didn't even know you were in here. Did you hear me when I said that? Like I beckoned you to my room? Is that what happened? I've made it a point to always show love and be kind to everyone, even if they ride the short blue bus. That's right, celebrity. That's right. I'm telling you. I met you then, hon. It was my honor. Oh, that's right, Lila. I didn't know you were in here too. Did I meet you at that meetup? I don't think I met you at that meetup. I think I met you at the second meetup, Auntie Anne, not the first one I went to. Not the one at the weird church, but the one at the hotel. And it was somewhere else too. Where else was it? I don't remember. Maybe I did meet you at that one. Or I met you at the hotel, but not at the church part. That's what it was. I met you at the hotel, but not at the church part. And we were drinking Jack Daniels coolers together. That's accurate. That's not, I remember now. That's so funny. We were talking about the meetup in May at, I'll say it wrong again, probably Eufaula Lake in Oklahoma, and which is where you are. That's why I pointed because in case you forgot where you live. Um, but anyway, they're having a meetup there, and I only just found out about it. I tentatively booked a hotel room, but I haven't talked to Mike about it. So I need to do that. See if he's down for going. And I was taking a survey, kind of like who all was in the room, and then people were talking about like um, we were talking about some people were saying it's really far to travel for them because they're like in Florida or whatever, and it's like a far drive. And I was saying that like most of the homesteaders and farming channels and things like that are kind of in the South, and the ones that like that you meet in person versus ones that of that maybe live in those other states that don't come to meetups. It's like a different relationship. And then I was saying like because I lived in California for so long, like I knew of these channels. I knew of Paragon Rance and Tim from Merge Life and all this, but I hadn't met you in person until the meetup. And it's like until that's how I met Christy in person was at that meetup. And I think I said something like that. But anyway, so yeah, we were talking about you. Ah, Eufaula. Yeah, there you go. It's like Ricola. Yeah, there you go. So there you have it. Yeah, so hopefully maybe you can come to that one because it's going to be in your home state. And I don't know how far Eufaula Lake is to you because I don't know where it is at all. I didn't look at the map. I just know it's in Oklahoma. Um, and you're in Oklahoma, but you could be on one end of Oklahoma and they could be on the other end of Oklahoma. I have no idea. However, I can't imagine that Mike and Terry would choose a place in Oklahoma that was like really far away from where they live, but maybe. I don't know. So, thank you, David. Yes, 5-minute warning. Oh, 3-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Sheesh. Quick minute warning. I know, telling you. Um, so yeah, so I hope you can come because I didn't get to see you at Freedom Weekend. And I didn't get to see you because kids had to graduate and like stuff. I know. And then there was something else. There was another meetup that you like didn't hear about or something in time and you had something else going on. So hopefully you can come to this one because I need a Christy fix because it's been a minute. It's been like a year and a half now, I think. So I need a Christy fix. So last time you came to me to my home state, I will come to your home state this time. And we can hang out and have a brewski or two ski. Uvula. I know. That's what I keep thinking. It is. Uvula is the thing that hangs in the back of your throat. But this is Eufaula, like fa la 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 la, deck the halls. Can we just call it that instead? Because I think that's way cuter. I don't know. What's up? Glad I didn't miss it. You didn't miss it, Mega Matt, but you almost did because we're about to head on out because DD5 is about to be on here in just a minute. Come to my ranch and love some Coors Light or Max Whiskey. That's right. That's right. That's right. It's on the Facebook page. So yeah, so I would love that. Hopefully. But yeah, guys, we've got DD5 coming on right now. I'm running over. Who knew it? DD5 right now. Then you got Mike and Terry on MT Homestead, and you got Brian at Vineyard Farmhouse. I love y'all. I gotta go. I don't want to encroach on their time, and I already am. I appreciate you. And remember, stay blessed, Safety's off. Love you. Thank you, everybody. Bye.